If you struggle to strike good chip shots, you know you need to practice more. But do you know how to practice, and do you know how to do so efficiently? I'm going to show you one drill that's super efficient, takes no time at all, and has been used by Justin Rose for quite some time, and you can see him right here using it in his warm-up at the Ryder Cup. So what exactly is the right arm drill? What does it eliminate? Why does it work? And how should you do it? Let's take a look. So for me, it does a couple of things. The right arm can get players into trouble quite quickly. And typically the right arm issue is a big push, as you'll have seen in this video here. In that video, I identified that right arm pushing is a problem and gave you a few different solutions to take care of it. But this is the one drill that will eliminate all those problems forever. We all should know by now that the handle of the club should be rising from about here through impact. That's kind of difficult to do if through impact you're doing this with the trail arm of the right arm and pushing it down and forwards. So that becomes a big issue and very problematic. So when I demonstrate this drill, why does it look so easy? Well, if you think about it, I've got two hands on the club and I make a swing. I'm dealing with X amount of mass in the club head, and I've got two arms to deal with that mass. And I can pretty much do whatever I want with it and not lose control completely. If I take one arm away, suddenly that mass is effectively doubled because I have half the number of arms to take care of it. So getting that hand behind your back, in your pocket, whatever, suddenly the club feels much, much heavier, and you'll start to lose control much more quickly than normal if you were to thrust or even twist your trail arm. So essentially it makes it much more difficult to make the movement that is destructive to your chipping. Further to that, why does it come so naturally? If I was going to throw a ball underarmed, I'd pretty much stand side on, maybe a little bit face forwards, underarm, and I'd release the ball towards the hole. So this takes care of a couple of things. Let's demo one. So I'm going to be quartered off towards the hole. Like from chipping, I'll probably be a little bit open at the release point, but just check out my right arm. Okay, does a couple of things. It doesn't go down towards the ground first of all. Okay, so it stays kind of flexed, goes into more flex as I move forwards, and I throw. The second thing, and this is a bonus, is if I release the wrist at the wrong time, it's going to go down towards the ground. So that was an early release. If I hold on to it forever, it's not going to go very far either. I'm not going to get the speed in the club head. So what it trains you to do essentially, using that skill that we've already got by underarm throwing, is utilizes that to control the right elbow and time the release at the right point. If you just watch my trail elbow from down the line also, it eliminates one other damaging move. So let's hit one first. Popped it up a little bit, but look at the inside of my right elbow, it's facing upwards. So from down here, there's been no twisting of the club, which turns the club down into the ground. And from face on, you'll see I get the toe in, leading edge in a way that's not very pleasant. So all in all, a little underarm throw feel with a little bit of pivot, releasing at the right time, means the club's going to get on the ground far more easily. So now we know how and why it works. How do you start to utilize it? Well, when you practice it, it's hand in pocket, hand behind back, very casual, just get a feel for it for a few shots. You'll soon start to realize if you're sending the arm away from the body or timing things poorly, you'll have to use your body more effectively. And look at the follow through. I've got some bend in my right elbow. I've released the club an appropriate amount, haven't thrown it too much, haven't held it too much. It's pretty much exactly where it needs to be. And that all comes without thinking about it. So when you practice, if you start your session, give yourself 5 minutes just hitting right hand only or lefty for a lefty, that's going to set the ball rolling in a favorable way. You're going to get the feels very early on to then build on when you put two hands back on the club. So I'm going to maintain that right arm feel. I'm going to let my left arm feel nothing at all really. It's just along for the ride, it's a passenger. And when you get onto the golf course, make it part of your pre-shot routine, right? So you pick your shot, pick your landing spot, step in, right hand where it would normally be on the grip, not the top. Make a couple of feel rehearsals. Okay, I'm going to get that body moving. I'm going to leave that right arm pretty much beside me. Into address, left hand goes on and execute. So there you go, the right arm only drill. If I was forced to choose one drill that I give to players for the rest of my life around the green, that would be the one. If you like that video, check out this one. It explains all the right arm issues that this drill fixes.